Hey everybody, welcome to Sew with Joe. Today we're picking up where we left off last time, working on my blanket project. Getting a lot of good progress done on this. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out, so let's keep on cruising. Just attaching doing some denim on denim crime here. And yeah, we'll get into finishing this corner off first and get into the main part right away. I already had some thread on, so we get the first stitch in awful quick. And then we can get on with the good world news. So some good world news, and I know I've discussed Alzheimer's quite a lot on this channel. And that's because it's a major issue, and it's getting major attention. Lots of studies going into it, and potential cures, and different types of programs that people who are in cognitive decline can become a part of and get their cognition back. And now there's been a study done that actually points out and proves the relationship between Alzheimer's and exercise, in that if you stay physically active, you also stay mentally active. So I think a lot of people kind of knew this, after Grandma broke her hip and couldn't get around very well anymore, mind started to go, and from there it was just decline. And, that's a very typical story that you hear from a lot of people. And yeah, very true. Once you don't have your physical movement, your mind can decline more rapidly. So stay as active as you can, and keep your chin up. Because even if you do get hurt, there are other options. If you are in mental decline and you can't exercise, it's not the end of the world. Cheers. Some more thread. Oops. Butterfingers today. Yeah, if you can't be active as a senior, or as you're getting into your ages of mental decline, which they say is 45 years and older, they do have a pill that you can take, another new medication that's being developed for Alzheimer's. And what apparently happens in your brain is the cells in your brain start to accumulate junk, basically. Just stuff that, there are technical names, I think it was mitochondria, but just stuff in your brain that gets clogged up with the body's own responses to various things that have happened to you. And as the brain cells get clogged up, they can't function as well as they used to. And that causes issues, of course. Cognitive decline, mental deficiencies. And there's a new drug out there. They didn't say the name in the article I read, but it cleans out your old brain cells that have been clogged up over the years. And cleaner cells apparently lead to a clearer mind and restores function. They haven't done human testing for this one yet, like some of the other ones, but I think they said in worms and mice it's been working. So work your way up the evolutionary chain, I guess. Or maybe not the evolutionary chain, but the food chain. Wow, I totally caught up with my own thoughts there for a minute. Anyways, moving on to good world news. The show kept going in my head, and I just didn't say any of it. Wow. Just trying to think things through, I guess. Yeah, with the brain restoration drug, is what I'll call it here quickly, is it also has the possibility of cleaning and repairing and restoring heart and other muscle tissue. So, might be one of those drugs that you give everyone over a certain age and just cleans out your cells, and good old fountain of youth pill. Yeah, going from restoring the inside of people's minds and bodies, I'm going to switch gears and we're going to talk about preventing fires in buildings. That was a really, really bad segue. I don't know if you guys have ever heard a worse segue than that. But that was pretty bad. There's a new fire-resistant material, and it has been inspired by lava. And why is this relevant to the world? Well, if you can keep some of the world's largest fire disasters from happening, and save lives and buildings. And some of the buildings that have been lost to the fires over the years have been, what's the word, invaluable? Not valueless but invaluable, unable to put a price on it. Cheers. And I seem to have finished my little section that I was going to work on here, and so I'm going to quickly go and pin the other side in, and yeah, first I'll pull these pins and I'll show you what we did here, and then I'll repin and continue on. I have a few more stories here I want to discuss. Not quite dead yet. Feel happy. Put a really small safety pin in the corner just to hold this corner. And I shall return. Okay, I'm back. Got some pinning done, and now we can carry on, rethread, and do our thing. So, we were talking about a new fire-retardant material that is inspired by lava. And basically what it is a spray-on, non-toxic coating that, when heated, kind of becomes liquid and feel like, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with the powder coating process. This is a different technology, but relatable. So what happens in powder coating is a piece of steel, some sort of something that you want to coat, paint, whatever. And you put a charge, an electric charge, on the piece of metal, and then you put opposite electric charge on basically it's powdered paint, or this powder coating that they call it. And the opposite charges cause the powder to stick to the metal very well. And then the materials are heated. I believe it's to around 400 degrees, somewhere around there. And the powder becomes liquid and forms an even coating on whatever it is that you are powder coating. And that's kind of how I envision this flame resistant industrial material is that when it gets hot, its chemical properties change, and it just becomes this ceramic coating like lava. And lava is actually very insulating. Once it cools. So you end up with this fire impervious crust on top of anything that this material has been sprayed on and gets heated. So this could prevent countless fires, save countless lives. That was one thing working in heavy industry. If you wanted something fireproofed, it was difficult. They have brought in different fire resistant sprays and foams and such over the years, but they're always messy. And if this can be a clean application product that's non-toxic, that was another big thing with with a lot of the old fire retardant, fire resistant materials, is that yeah, they would stop the fire, but they would kill anybody that was in the room with all the toxic fumes that it would give off. So kind of like the halon systems, yeah, it would extinguish the fire, but it would also, displace all the oxygen in the room and kill anyone that was in there. So effective, but not exactly friendly for humans. But it sounds like this coating has solved those issues. And what they're recommending is that when you build a building, that you spray this material on all of your construction materials, so that no matter where a fire might start, it could be contained or reduced in scope by having everything coated. So, more positive world news. We have to start off with a little bit of sad news, and that's passing of actress Betty White. Well loved and respected actress for decades. And the positive world news that came of this is that throughout Betty White's life, she was a big supporter of animal shelters. Apparently loved animals and tried to support as many rescue shelters as she could, save the animals. And so in memory of Betty White, there was a campaign or a challenge, and it's the hashtag Betty Hoyt Challenge. And on her birthday, well, it would have been her birthday, her 100th birthday, through this challenge, they raised $12.7 million for animal shelters worldwide. And I'd say that's probably a conservative number, because I don't know if they would have counted like stuff from day before, day after kind of thing. the scope is probably much larger than that. $12.7 million. What a way to honor a memory. What a way to honor a life. You know, I think I said over 400,000 people used the hashtag. That's pretty amazing. Now, if you want to help support this, you can still make donations in the name of the Betty White Challenge, or just in her name. There's also a charity that she was very closely involved in called Actors and Others for Animals. I'll say that again, it's Actors and Others for Animals. So if you want to make donations, that'd be a good place for them to go. And one interesting memory, or one thing done in her memory, was there's been a baby donkey named after Betty White. And before you take that as a slight, think they're calling her a little ass or anything, which she would probably get a really big kick out of, either way. But it's at the Peaceful Valley Donkey Rescue, so they're working with what they got there. And one of their new baby donkeys is named Betty White, and their new donkey nursery is the Betty White Donkey Nursery. I don't know if that's the actual name of it, but Betty White Nursery, named after her anyway. So yeah, really, really cool to see all the love, the posthumous love for Betty White. Yeah, just a funny lady, and hope she's resting in peace. While I finish up this thread, let's have a moment of silence for Betty White. Well, thank you for that. Pull some pins here and show you what I've done and call it an episode. In your really, really big shoe. So, where was I earlier? Oh yeah, I did this little piece here earlier. And just now, right in here. That doesn't look the best. But that's okay. It's not that important. But yeah, now I just know to watch where I have hard creases like that, because it'll open up on me. But it's not going to open, it's just not as tight. Not as tight, tight, tight. Cool. Then we will carry on next episode with the rest of that section. Khaki to denim junction. And yeah, till next time, keep chilling. Don't forget your cookie. Peace.